Welcome to 217 Colic YT. The chapter starts, and we see outside the Payu Field-type dungeon. Choi and Lim Tae-gyu are sitting outside in a car. Choi says if the signal disappears, it'll be a sign that the party is in trouble. The summons will inform us about the situation. This idea is really good because no device works inside dungeons anyway. So this problem is already solved. Anyway, I just hope that S-Rank won't need our help. And also that Lim Sung doesn't create any trouble. Lim Tae-gyu, are you worried? Or are you deliberately trying to annoy me? Haha, no, not at all. It looks like you're pretty jealous because a new S-Rank hunter has joined our guild. Am I right? Oh, no, not at all. Our guild already has talented hunters. Damn, I can't believe that as a guild master, I have a hand in all this. It's my responsibility. I feel like I can suppress the situation. Then Choi, you will keep your promise not to interfere. Yeah, if you handle it, I won't do anything. Anyway, I don't enjoy hurting people. Inside the dungeon, we see that they are fighting the boss monster. Lim Sung is also fighting, while Fragment is just watching the show. Seeing him, Maho says in her mind, act like an S-Rank and let others do the work. Anyway, we are his seniors. At the same time, she realizes that after entering the boss's room, Lim Sung is fighting with all his strength. Fragment thinks to himself, right now, I want to see what happens next. Star Powder doesn't affect S-Rank or higher ranks. But the Star Fragment, condensed from Star Powder, can advance B-Rank hunters to A-Rank. Lim Sung is fighting really fiercely. Seeing this, Maho is extremely shocked. Fragment thinks, it seems hard for an A-Rank hunter to fight at S-Rank level, even with the Star Fragment awakening effect. Alright, if that's the case, here goes. Then we are told that among Tile's 5 abilities, one fragment in the fragment's body has the blessing of amplification, which amplifies the unique traits of the person possessing it. The unique traits weapon and mist bond fate, both are stored in Star Powder and can be amplified. Lim's unique trait is his magic power, which is connected to his weapon. Thus, the slashing power of his weapon can be amplified. This is fun. Okay, let me explain simply. Each of Tile's fragments has a unique ability, and when people consume Star Powder, their personal ability gets boosted through the fragments. Basically, it's amplified. Moving ahead, Fragment thinks, Lim Sung, come on, show me. Show me if you can achieve the S-Rank after receiving the blessing you have always wished for. Lim Sung's power suddenly increases dramatically. With one slash, he finishes off the boss monster. Outside the dungeon, the others also feel this surge of power, and they are very shocked. Fragment thinks, after giving amplification to those higher than a certain level, they experience extreme fatigue, and they can only fight at S-Rank level for a short time. Most of the amplification has already faded away. That's bad. But Lim Sung, you don't have the vessel needed to contain S-Rank power. Maho thinks to herself, the attack you just unleashed is not something an A-Rank can do. Is Star Powder ineffective on high-ranking hunters? Or is there some stimulant other than Star Powder? Just then, Lim Sung regains his senses and stabs his sword into Fragment's chest. Lim Sung says, I told you, you'll die for that father. Lim Sung says again, I told you, no one like you can control me. The power you gave me, I used it for good after all. Lim Sung, how can you attack a fellow hunter like that? Have you gone mad from the drug? Damn it. In the end, it feels like I can hear endless voices. S-Rank hunters are already waiting outside for the association's order. I need to get out of here quickly. Lim Sung, stop. Don't let him escape. If you don't want to die, get out of my way. Lim Sung runs away at full speed. Hunter Lee Jang Sung outside quickly signals the S-Rank hunters. Alright. Then behind him, Fragment gets up and says, as long as someone has a strong mind, they can resist the Mist One's divinity. I had no idea about this. This is very important data for me. Hunter Park, how are you still alive? That attack went straight through your chest. Meanwhile, Lim Sung is running very fast, thinking to himself, damn it, I achieved S-Rank power, but still, I have to run like this. That damn alien, Hunter Association, Grim Reaper. I can't trust anyone anymore. For now, I must hide somewhere near the city. Suddenly, a dagger appears before Lim Sung. I was thinking there was a sudden explosion. I was wondering what was happening. But I didn't know you yourself would come before me, Lim Sung. I want you to tell me everything you know about Star Powder and the Apostle of the Iterum. And we see Suho say, Lim Sung, tell me everything you know about Star Powder and the Apostle of the Iterum. After hearing Suho's words, Lim Sung thought to himself, what? He not only knows about star powder, but also about that alien, apostle of the Iterum? Oh, yes, I remember now. There was a guy with a black mask who was messing with the factory and star powder. Could this be him? Nevertheless, Lim Sung thought, I don't care about this right now. If I stay here any longer, the hunters will catch me. Considering his magic capacity, he's nothing in front of me. Lim Sung attacks Suho, but Suho simply blocks the attack with his hand. Seeing this, Lim Sung is extremely surprised. He thinks, what? He blocked my attack with just his hands? I can't even pull my sword back. How is he this strong? Suho then lands a powerful kick to Lim Sung's jaw, making him bleed. Lim Sung thinks his magic power is less than mine, so how is he doing all this? Baru informs him it's normal for Lim Sung to be surprised. A hunter's rank is determined by the quantity of their magic power alone. I can sense real strength. After training with Amit, young monarch's strength has been maximized. No A-rank hunter can handle their physical abilities. Next, we see Miho asking Park Dojin, how are you still alive? That attack should have pierced your heart. We observe that the fragment of tile is about to use the fragment on Miho, but then Lim Tae-gyu and Choi arrive. Hunter Beck, are you all right? What's happening here? Choi says, we heard Explosion's voice and immediately came here. What's going on? Did Lee Sung do all this? Miho says, an A-rank hunter, Lee Sung, has such a skill. He executed it in a manner that seemed like he had consumed a stimulant, possibly due to the effect of drugs. But then he attacked Hunter Park Dojin. Park Dojin, you look perfectly fine even after getting injured. Hunter Park Dojin adds, I have recovery skills. That's interesting, you have high-level recovery skills. Miho then tells them, we should focus on tracking Lee Sung. He's moving fast. If this continues, he'll hide in the city. Yes, you're right, replies Lin. You heard, right? Lim Sung has caused a problem, and according to the promise, you remember, right? At that moment, they realize that Lim Tae-gyu has already left. Hunter Park Doj stunned and reflects, this isn't good. My link with Lee Sung hasn't broken yet. I didn't expect him to register the faith. Humans' desires are truly powerful. Lim Tae-gyu and Choi start following Lim Sung. Miho tells Park Dojin, you stay here and rest. Meanwhile, the fragment thinks no one will believe Lim Sung's words, but if I don't do something, I'll be suspected. I don't want to do this, but I have no choice. I'll have to take control of his body and make him commit suicide. Despite the effort consuming a lot of divinity, the fragment slowly starts taking control over Lim Sung's body. As the fragment continues, it sees Lim Sung fighting someone. The fragment wonders, is Lim Sung fighting someone now? Don't tell me he's already encountered an S-rank. The fragment then sees that Lim Sung is fighting Suho, and it becomes even more surprised. What is this black-masked figure doing here? Is he also after Lim Sung? I didn't expect to meet him so soon. In this world, there are beings of S-rank. Lim Sung, who can register faith like mist. Everything was supposed to happen according to the words of God, but nothing is going as planned now. Why am I smiling? As we see, Lim Sung gets beaten badly by Suho. Lim Sung thinks, I can't stay here any longer. He tells Suho, wait, if I answer your questions, will you let me go? Suddenly, Suho asks, how did you get involved with Apostle of the Iterum? Lim Sung replies, that bastard betrayed me. He stabbed me in the back. Suho is taken aback and thinks, what? He was betrayed? Did something happen between them? Suho asks Lim Sung, so why are you helping him with star powder distribution? Lim Sung answers, he said that anyone I want to end, he will take care of it. Suho is confused, so you were working with an apostle of the Iterum just to kill someone? Lim Sung explains, yes, after the Great Cataclysm, everything I built was overturned. Before the Cataclysm, I was nothing, but after, I became an S-rank hunter, and now people look down on me. My life is the same as before. To make it better, I had to kill someone. You also want to kill that alien, right? Suho replies, no, if things go smoothly, I have no intention of killing him. Lim Sung responds, you talk like a character I played in my actor days. A character who is hopeless but has no personality. We see Lim Sung unleashing the power of the fragment. He says to Suho, if you were unlucky, and if you didn't have this strength, you wouldn't have survived. But time and circumstances come when you have to make decisions. I'll create the situation for you. The fragment then fully takes control of Lim Sung's body. A tremendous flow of energy starts coming from his body. Baru informs Suho, this is your energy, and it's much more powerful than Brock's. The fragment tells Suho, I get it now. You attacked the factory and were looking for Lee Sung. You did all this just to meet me, didn't you? I wanted to meet you too. And we see Suho thinking to himself, why does Lim Sung suddenly feel like a different person? As the fragment says, it implies that it is someone sent by the gods of the other world. Suho says, are you the apostle sent by the gods of the outer world? I thought you already knew about our identity. The fragment responds, yes, we have come to possess this world. Suho thinks, these are the ones because of whom my father cannot return. He then says to the fragment, good that you have met me here. Suho prepares to attack, but just then, Lim Tae-gyu appears and says, stop right there, both of you. If either of you makes a single move without my permission, I'll blast you both. Lim Tae-gyu asks Lee Sang, why do you look like this? What have you done? The fragment says to Suho, it seems we won't be able to talk here. Let's meet at the highest spot of the Black Mask's region. Meanwhile, Lim Tae-gyu warns them again, no movements. Then Lim Tae-gyu attacks, but both Suho and the fragment easily dodge his attacks. Seeing this, Lim Tae-gyu starts attacking more aggressively, but they keep dodging. Suho thinks, is Hunter Lim Tae-gyu coming here to capture Lee Sang? Judging by their reactions, it doesn't seem like Hunter Lim is related to the Dream of Style. He also notices that Lim Tae-gyu is not using his full power. Lim Tae-gyu says, you're dodging my attacks well. But my top priority is to capture Lee Sung. I'm not concerned about the other guy. Lim Tae-gyu increases his power, which makes the fragment panic, thinking his magic power is dangerous. Suddenly, Lim Tae-gyu senses someone behind him. When he turns around, he only sees a goblin's shadow. Lim Tae-gyu realizes it was a distraction and quickly attacks forward but finds no one there. Frustrated, Lim Tae-gyu says, damn it. Lee Sung, what are you planning? Lim Tae-gyu calls the chairman and informs him that Lee Sung has escaped. Hearing this, the chairman says, so, Lee Sung has escaped. Chairman, please forgive me. It was my fault. Lim Sung looked different, maybe because of drugs, and he was with another hunter who wore a black mask. Hearing this, Choi is shocked. A hunter with a black mask? A close combat fighter, replies, yes. But how do you know? Choi recalls, at the Nanjing break, during the airport incident, I saw a hunter wearing a black mask who defeated a black magic beast alone. The chairman overhears their conversation and wonders, could it be Jinwoo? Has he returned? No. If it were Jinwoo, this incident would have been resolved already. If not Jinwoo, then who? We are then shown Suho, who goes to meet the fragment at the location he was told. The fragment says, I didn't expect you to help me back there. When things were getting dangerous, you were about to leave Lim Sung's body, right? The fragment continues, I have heard of you from Demon. They call you the Shadow Monarch, the Darkness. He asks, how are you related to the Shadow Monarch? Suho responds, you have many questions, but I have no intention of answering them. I'm here to crush you and take the information you possess, young monarch. Baru warns, please be careful. After the fragment took control of Lee Sang's body, it's hard to estimate how strong he has become. Suho assures, no need to worry, Baru. I was prepared for such situations. Suho then summons several shadow soldiers, ones we are seeing for the first time. Seeing them, the fragment says, I'm convinced this is the same authority I saw on the battlefield. We are shown the names of the shadow soldiers. King of the Swamp, Venom-Fanged Kasaka, rank common, Poison-Toothed Giant Desert Centipede, High Troll Tomb Warden Saika. Suho says, now, I'll fight with my full force. He also fuses with his shadow soldier. And we see that Suho has summoned his shadow army to fight against the Apostle of the Iterum. Moving forward, Suho receives an urgent quest. He has to defeat Lee Sung, who is controlled by the Apostle of the Iterum, and obtain his memories. Looking at the quest, Suho thinks to himself, a quest to defeat Lee Sung? Everything has led up to this point. Even if I have to kill another person, I will do it. Now, Apostle of the Iterum, thinking to himself, says, after understanding emotions, the changes happening inside me are strange. Perhaps I am starting to understand what it feels like to meet darkness. For a strong person, it's a feeling of curiosity. Someone so strong they came from another dimension and single-handedly stopped an army from that dimension. I was just curious about darkness, standing amidst my army, looking so lonely. I don't know if I'll find answers to my questions. Suddenly, the snake shadow attacks Apostle of the Iterum, but the Apostle of the Iterum tears it apart. At that moment, Suho arrives and punches the Apostle of the Iterum. However, Apostle of the Iterum blocks the punch with his sword. Apostle of the Iterum thinks to himself, did he use his soldiers to destroy me, and now he's fighting alone? Is he confident in his close combat skills? Apostle of the Iterum swings his sword at Suho, but Suho dodges. Then, from behind, Essel tries to attack, but the Apostle grabs her spear and says, you don't look like one of those black soldiers. He kicks Apostle of the Iterum in the jaw and frees Essel. We see a crack appear on Apostle of the Iterum's face as he looks at Suho in rage and says, why don't you use your black soldiers in the main fight? If you want to see them that badly, here you go. At that moment, Warden Shadow Soldier grabs the Apostle from behind, and Suho tries to attack from the front. But suddenly, the Apostle releases his attack, causing both Suho and Shadow Soldiers to be pushed away. Suho thinks to himself, was the sand that he was bound by the cause of the explosion? The Apostle is moving extremely fast. The Apostle attacks Essel and a Shadow Soldier, saying, I don't think I'll ever feel the excitement I once did. The soldiers from the Disruptor are all experienced, with their own willpower. It felt like they were a trained army. You have similar power, but your ability is entirely different. I can't believe, with all this authority, you still can't win a fight like this. You're weak. Suho thinks to himself, damn it. Fighting with the Apostle after gaining this power has become difficult. His strength is probably at the S rank. Apostle of the Iterum starts attacking Suho, saying, why did darkness look so lonely? It's because there's no one in this world who can rival him. Surely, someone has overwhelming power. Understanding it is impossible for others. Apostle of the Iterum attacks Suho. Suho blocks his attack with stone hands, but it breaks. Then Apostle of the Iterum drives his sword into Suho's stomach. Seeing this, Essel panics. Apostle of the Iterum says to Suho, you have no clue what power you hold. Apostle of the Iterum thinks to himself, I will take the authority of darkness from him. I will turn him into a believer and do whatever it takes to gain his power. Once I do that, I will understand what darkness feels like. Suho's condition worsens as he thinks, what did he just say? I have no clue what power I possess. Lee Sung also said something similar. Do I need something else to become stronger? Then we see a flashback, young monarch. Why don't you use the shadow transformation weapon? Suho responds, because the power in the volcano horn is greater, and giving commands to shadow soldiers while using both skill and ruler authority continuously is already tough for me. That's why I'm not confident I can use the shadow transformation weapon with it. Young monarch, you're a genius. I'm sure you'll manage. They discuss how Suho's father doesn't use the shadow transformation weapon in battle for a reason. If Suho uses it, things might turn out differently. Suho thinks to himself, when did this all start? When did I begin defining my limits so easily? After failure, I'm accustomed to compromise. But I still haven't awakened. I used to love drawing, but after awakening, I haven't even drawn a single picture. My father said that I didn't even know what I wanted, and there will come a time when I'll have to make a decision. He was right. Suho reflects on the upcoming meeting with his father and thinks about finding his mother after becoming strong. He says, I wanted to become strong because I couldn't find any strength within me. My father doesn't need another copy of himself. I need to find something only I can do. Just then, Suho begins to rise, surprising Apostle of the Iterum. He says, I remember now. Those black shadows are immortal, right? They revive after dying, but it doesn't matter how many times your shadow soldiers attack me. They're nothing before me. But we see the shadow soldiers fusing together, which surprises Apostle of the Iterum. He thinks, I've never seen anything like this against darkness before. The fused shadow soldiers start covering Suho's body. And we see a scene from the past where Suho was a child, and Jinwoo and Hunter Cha had taken him out to explore. Suho tells Jinwoo, Dad, I will become a detective like you. You are so cool. Will I be able to become a detective like you? Or should I become a track and field athlete like Mom? If I can do that, I'll become strong like Mom. Right, Mom? That's fine, right? Suho, while raising him, says, we decided one thing for you. We decided that we wouldn't tell you what your dreams should be. You can do whatever you want. Suho says, Mom, I want to be cool and strong like you and Dad. She replies, if that's what you want, you can do it. But I hope you ask yourself once, do you truly want this? In the present, Suho says, At that time, I didn't understand why Mom said that to me. But after a certain point, I just started following in my dad's footsteps. I even stopped questioning myself about what I was good at or what I liked. Then, we see a scene from Suho's drawing class where his teacher tells him, if you keep drawing the same things, your skills won't improve. However, the teacher notices that Suho had made a different drawing. In the present, Suho thinks to himself, maybe the reason I mastered shadow transformation before, Dad, was because the system gave it to me based on my own qualities. Now, I won't go against the system. My combat style mainly uses shadow transformation. I won't stay fixed to any one form. I'll freely use the shadows however I want. We see that all the shadows are being drawn towards Suho's body. Baru is also being pulled towards Suho. Essel grabs Baru and asks him, Baru, what's happening with young Monarch? Baru replies, I don't know. Maybe young Monarch is now breaking out of his shell. Fragment, too, is a bit surprised seeing all this. He thinks to himself, did he have a hidden ability? This could be troublesome for me. I need to get closer to him quickly and plant the star fragment inside him. At that moment, we see Suho, with a shadow, deliver a powerful attack on Fragment. Although Fragment dodges it by flying away, he is quite shocked. He thinks, what is this? As far as I know, a hunter's ability doesn't grow. Could this be a second awakening? We see Suho's injury healing, and he appears in a new form. Suho realizes that he can not only use shadows as weapons but also change them however he wants. He attacks Fragment using the shadow inside him. Fragment tries to slash him, but suddenly, a shadow soldier appears from behind and punches Fragment. Fragment blocks the punch with his sword. Fragment says to Suho, I already told you, a few shadow soldiers can't harm me. Fragment slashes at Suho several times. But then, he gets really shocked as he sees Suho using a bond skill with Cell. Suho tells Fragment, fine, if things don't work the usual way, then I'll do something about it. Suho quickly approaches Fragment. Fragment thinks that magical power looks dangerous, but a direct frontal attack is easy to dodge. Fragment slashes wildly at Suho and says happily, even if you lose a leg, there will be no problem using Shadow Authority. But Suho summons a shadow behind Fragment. The shadow uses Suho's bond skill and punches Fragment hard on the face, sending him crashing into a mountain. Suho says, I didn't know shadows could be used like this. We see that Fragment is badly damaged. Blood is coming out of his mouth and eye. Fragment says, you allowed your shadow soldier to use your skills? Even Darkness had never done this before. At this point, Fragment is unable to talk properly because his jaw is broken. He thinks to himself, if I use Lee Sung's life force to increase my mana, I might still be able to fight. I won't lower my guard anymore. Meanwhile, we see Lee Sung starting to regain control from Fragment's domination. He thinks that Brat did this to me. Fragment is shocked and thinks, did Lee Sung awaken from domination because of that impact? Lee Sung thinks, seeing a boy like that achieve all this, it's unbelievable. An S-rank hunter losing to a low-rank hunter like him. Fragment mentally speaks to Lee Sung, saying, Lee Min-sung, if you don't stop now, I will die. Lee Sung thinks, so what? Do you think I'm afraid of dying? I hate being looked down upon. I will make life hell for those who look down on me. We then see Lee Sung extracting the shell of the fragment from his body. Suho comes close to Lee Sung. Lee Sung thinks, come, kid. If I can't be the protagonist, at least let me help you in a supporting role. This will be my final act as a villain. Lee Sung removes the shell. Meanwhile, Suho delivers a devastating punch. Chapter end here. For more, like and subscribe.